If you go to the end of the line, okay? Why don't you go to the end of the line?
Yeah, we'll take your...
Hillary being Hillary? I don't know. Someone wants her autograph. There's a line? Since when did she stand and talk to people and sign autographs coming in? Unless she was doing a book signing, which I don't think she was. Just sign the stupid autograph or take a picture. What the hell? Smile and be quiet. Joining us now on the Malzberg panel is someone I never have to say smile and be quiet to, and I never would say, is Jessica Tarlov, Democratic political consultant, political strategist at Douglas Show and LLC, and our buddy Ford O'Connell, Republican strategist, political analyst. Okay, Jessica, is that the best thing for her to do? I mean, to be rude to the person who wants to take a picture?
Absolutely not, but she gave O'Malley the chance to look good because he signed a little girl's autograph, and she was plenty happy. So, I mean, it's not right. She doesn't sound like a great granny, right, which is what she's campaigning on. But, this is not the worst mistake Hillary Clinton's made.
No, as a matter of fact, Ford, you could
Let's get to it.
You could weigh in on that, Ford.
She's not a great campaigner. She's very prickly. Actually, both her and Jeb Bush are extremely prickly, and they're going to have to understand that they're going to have to open themselves up to Americans and actually touch and talk to everyone, because we live in the YouTube era, and the trackers are just going to put together a montage such that Saturday Night Live and NBC and God knows who else is going to cover this, and it's not going to look good because most people don't pay attention to politics, like Jessica, you and me, Steve.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Jeb Bush because both have not done well in the new CNN poll, but I want to concentrate on Hillary. No, because this is big news, and it's CNN's own headline, so we might as well do it. And it is that Hillary's favorability rating with the public is underwater, 46 to 50%. That's a 23% plummet from September of 2011, 21% point drop from 2012, and 11-point drop from a year ago. And 54% of independents view her as unfavorable. 57% of the people say she's not trustworthy. Jessica, how could someone like this win an election in a general election?
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, what you didn't mention there is she's still leading in all of the matchups with the Republican
by 2 or 3 points, margin of error.
Absolutely, but no one with any intelligence has ever said this was going to be a cakewalk for Hillary Clinton, and it shouldn't be. That's not what democracy is about. That's not what I want as a Democrat, and it's surely not what you want as a Republican. So yeah, Hillary's in some trouble right now. No Democrat is going to say that she isn't, but she's launching her campaign formally on June 13th, and I expect to see a bump.
Wait. Ford, she hasn't launched her campaign?
She has. She understands that she can no longer do these coordinated media appearances, okay? She's going to actually have to get out on the campaign trail. That's something they didn't think they'd have to do until later. You hear that drip, 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 drip? That is the slow bleed of Hillary Clinton. No smoking gun defense just is not working with the American voter, whether it's emails, Benghazi, or the foundation. She's going to have to answer some questions, and what I'm really hoping here is that Bernie Sanders smokes her out, makes her answer questions, and weakens over the Democratic base. Jessica, the big key in that poll, hold on. The big key in that poll, I didn't say she wasn't going to win the nomination. The big key is the fact that she dropped 9% with Democratic voters. And the more that her base doesn't like her, I hope it turns into Romney in 2012.
Respond if you want, Jessica. But I wanted to pick up on Bernie Sanders. How do you feel that Hillary hasn't addressed, neither has the media, Bernie Sanders' little rape fantasy, saying women like being gang raped by 3 men at the same time? That's what they fantasize about while they're having sex.
Definitely the strangest thing he said, and he said a lot of really strange things.
Just strange?
Deplorable, disgusting.
So why isn't Hillary saying this? Why isn't the media saying this? Why isn't anybody but you saying it? They are? Who said it?
I mean, every bit of coverage I've read about it has said this isn't a...
It's 50 Shades of Vermont, guys.
Yeah, I mean, Chuck Todd had him on Meet the Press. He asked him on the 5th question about it, and he said, oh, it's old, and it was poorly written. Okay, thanks. See you later. All right, we're coming back with more of the Malzberg panel. Don't go away.
We are now in city after city watching ordinances that say that your 7-year-old daughter, if she goes into the restroom, cannot be offended, and you can't be offended if she's greeted there by a 42-year-old man who feels more like a woman than he does a man. Now, I wish someone had told me when I was in high school that I could have felt like a woman when it came time to take showers in PE. I'm pretty sure I would have found my feminine side and said, Coach, I think I'd rather shower with the girls today.
All right, he went on to say he has nothing against anybody, but we got to have like a bring your common sense to work day. Rejoining the panel, Jessica Tarlov, Ford O'Connell. This was not recent. This was several months ago. It was someone came upon it, and WND, WorldNet Daily, put it out there. And Ford, I got to say, he's bringing up a very legitimate point. Where in many places now, especially out west in California and others, if a guy says he feels like a woman, he could use the girl's bathroom, and there could be a young girl in there. I mean, I think it's dangerous, and I think it's foolish.
Steve, I don't care. It's not what he's saying, Steve. It's how he's saying it, okay? It's about tone and rhetoric. We're in the court of public opinion. And let me tell you something. When Mike Huckabee says stupid stuff like that, the Democrats are going to slime the rest of the Republican presidential field, and we're going to have this discussion in the general election. He has to understand how this works, okay? People don't know this stuff. All they hear is that one soundbite. They don't follow this stuff, and Jessica's people are going to slime everyone with it, including Rubio.
Good,
and that is my problem.
Good point. Good point. But, Jessica, what's worse? What he just said, which is a legitimate concern, or Bernie Sanders saying that when women are having sex with their partner, they're really fantasizing about getting gang raped by 3 men at the same time. And if the latter is worse, why are the media talking only about the former and not the latter?
Both are incredibly dangerous and
Which
stupid
is worse?
Statements. I'm not making a call about
What's
that.
dangerous?
What's dangerous about what he's saying?
Yeah,
There's 750,000 transgender Americans today. That number will continue
and
to
you
grow.
want your little daughter to go be in a bathroom and suddenly a man comes in? Do you want that?
No, and I don't.
Well, that's what he's saying.
No, but it's not just what he's saying. He's making fun of a group of people in America that deserve equal rights to everybody else.
Equal rights to any bathroom they want when there could be young kids in there?
Listen, so I went to an all-women's college. I recently went back to visit. They now have all-gender bathrooms, which are single stall. And I know that they're at the forefront of this. I would not want my daughter to be in there next to a man using
that's
a
what he's
urinal.
saying.
No, but I assume that they would be going into the stall if that's what they were doing. But either way, Bernie Sanders completely wrong, crackpotted, not going to get the nomination. Like listening to him sometimes, not when he's talking about rape. He has some good ideas. He's going to push Hillary to the left, blah, blah, blah. Mike Huckabee has a following, a cult following to some degree, and it's irresponsible for him to be talking about it this way. And and we haven't mentioned her name, Caitlyn Jenner, right? We're going to be talking about transgender individuals for a long time to come.
I'm not going to be talking about it.
Yeah, you are. I'll get you to talk about it next week.
I haven't mentioned Caitlyn Jenner
it.
until right now. That's the first time I said the name ever.
Well, you're missing out on a really important conversation.
Really? What's important about it? Go ahead,
If you
Ford.
want to beat the grievance industry of the LGBT lobby, which is better organized than the NRA, you're going to have to be very smart about how you couch your words, because basically today in this Facebook world, nobody understands religion, and nobody understands faith, and nobody understands anything that we think is personal as Christians or Jews, and that's the bottom line. So you better start thinking smarter, and Mike Huckabee was pretty dumb.
Yeah, all right. So let's move on to the next one. All along Barack Obama has been saying, I have a New York Times story here, State Department quotes, Barack Obama quotes. He's been saying for years that we need an agreement with Iran to stop their nuclear program, but the military option will remain on the table. Remain on the table, will always be there, remain on the table. And guess what he told Israeli TV today, or yesterday, they're airing it tonight. There is no military option. You can't stop Iran's nuclear program with military action. So, Jessica, is he lying through his teeth again? Like, if you like your doctor, you keep your doctor? Or what is he doing?
He's making a mistake. I mean, he should.
Another mistake. I'm writing that down. Mistake.
Wait, let me say something else, though. That's not the only option on the table, even though he shouldn't take that off the table because it weakens his hand. You can still double these sanctions. And let me tell you something else.
No, but I'm not talking about that. I'm
he's
talking
just talking
about the
about
military
being
option.
a flip-flopper is really what he's talking about.
Deal or nothing else. You don't need to take the deal. And frankly, the French are pretty hacked off about this deal, too, because they say if we can't inspect the military sites or talk to the scientists, all we're going to have is a nuclear arms race in the Middle East, and we're all not going to be safe. And so basically, Barack Obama is trying to push through something to an American public who doesn't follow this very closely, and is going to wind up getting us all killed.
Well, there's a good chance of that, certainly. And again, all this stuff presents problems for Hillary, Jessica, because she's going to have to be asked about it and, smiling her way and and I have lots of friends. That's not going to do it.
No, she's not going to smile her way through this one. And I mean, what I think is a good thing about what Hillary contributed to this is we would not even be at the table with Iran if it wasn't for the work that she did at the State Department.
Really?
Me.
Really?
It's a fact.
The day Barack Obama got into office, he
Then
started sending letters to the Ayatollah. That's why they're at the table. Ford?
Then have her come out and say that, Jessica.
Honestly,
Believe that.
I completely agree with you. It's something
But
that I've
you
been
won't
saying.
do it. Wait, let's
No,
talk
gotta go,
about
gotta go. Ford next time. Ford O'Connell and Jessica Tarlov. See you next time.